Hey, what's happening, everybody? Hope all is well, and welcome back to the ShabinLife. It is a beautiful day, around 45. We're gonna get to about 45, and I think it's gonna be like that tomorrow, and then we get some rain and snow. I'm gonna put some shop doors on the accessory building. I was gonna do a sliding barn door, but I just changed my mind. The door is a little bit over 8 foot high, 8 foot wide. Just gonna make two nice big 4 by a little over 8 doors, put them on some heavy duty hinges. We'll be good to go. And so this morning I went over and basically hit up our little scrap lumber pile, which is sort of nice to have these days. And I pieced together as many of the 2x6s as I could find that I liked. I got them all set up over here. I basically used a square and just a cutoff to mark the ends so that I can cut some lap joints, which is just an overlapping joint in the corner. I set my circular saw to 3/4 of an inch so that we're halfway through the depth of the wood. And then I just, like I said, I got everything marked off and ready to go. But I haven't put the camera up in a little while. Accessory building sort of coming together here as far as like a workshop and a maintenance building, but all those tools got put away for the most part. At least there's a place for them now, and all the materials sort of together in one spot at last. Some hoses and cables, and no shelves yet. Just sort of wait and see what happens there. I don't want to get ahead of myself. Still have some receptacles and stuff to throw in. I put in the receptacles down low. I just figured I could get to these. And I didn't really wire up any of the rest of the building. I don't really know if I need to. I'm sure I showed you guys this already. I just threw four 4-inch work boxes up there so that I could basically put lights up when I was ready, and mounted a switch over here in the corner. And yeah, anything else I can sort of have access to so I can wire that up when I need to. But finally able to get the wood out of the house, the radiated pine from the floors, the OSB cutoffs from this build. So it's a nice little storage corner for some sheathing, which is nice, and some old wood that we've been collecting for a while. And yeah, still a little tiny bit disheveled, but some more materials to kind of go through and mix with some stuff that's still in our crawl space. And window is pretty much here and ready to go into that opening when I get an opportunity. But for right now, I think the doors are a priority, especially over the next couple of days. So I'm going to set the camera up and basically get started. I'm just going to use the circular saw to make a bunch of lines. Then we can go back, knock them out with a hammer, sand it down with maybe like just an orbital sander or something. And then we'll start gluing and screwing these bad boys together. Okay, so the lap joints are all done. You saw that I just used the circular saw set to a 3/4 inch depth, and I just used a little flap sander to smooth everything out down to, basically you're just taking the ridges off. And then these are the pieces all lapped over right here. So I basically have the one door lined up. I just used the tape measure to square it up, 80 inches to each corner, which is perfect. And then I'm just gonna go grab some wood glue, and I'm gonna slowly lift up each board, throw some wood glue under it. I did make some markings on the board so that I could line them back up. And then I'll also just measure and check for square again. And then I'll sink a few screws in each corner. And then I'm either gonna cut the cross bracing, or I think I might build the other door. Then I'll do both cross bracings at the same time, so I can just, only have to set up the Craig jig once. But so far so good. All right, so you saw me flip it over. The corners are screwed in 4 spots. And now I'm just gonna paint the backside right now. There's no real rhyme or reason how I'm working. If I had a bigger table, I'd probably just do both doors, or I guess I could take this off, but everything's so nice and square and rather not even bump it around. So I'm just gonna paint the back a couple times or give it a few coats of Kills. That way I can put the LP Smart siding right down on it, square it up real nice, throw in a couple screws. Then I can basically put this door off to the side, and maybe I'll start building the other one. I'll do the same thing on the other door, you know, basically glue it, screw it, paint it, put the sheathing on, and then when I'm done, I'll cut the cross bracing for both of them because they should pretty much be both spot on. And then I can paint that piece separately when I go back and cut it. But so far so good. I'm gonna get the painting, and I guess I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. So here's where we're at. Got a first coat on the bottom side of this door. This door is pretty much rocking and rolling. We're just gonna need to cut that cross bracing, get that painted and get that installed, and then we can put this door up. This door, obviously, we gotta get the sheathing on this side, but I'm gonna give it one more coat of paint. I'll put that LP Smart siding on the back, square it up, make sure it's all good, get it all screwed in, flip it over, and then I'll paint the other side of the trim, give it 2 coats just like I did this back side. And then basically I'll put the doors away for tonight. Come out tomorrow, we'll get rocking and rolling on those cross braces. I can pick up some hinges and we can see if we get the doors hung. But so far so good. And if I run out of battery, I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. Peace. So this is where I left off last night. Doors are all pretty much assembled. And then I just am gonna cut some of the cross bracing this morning. Cut that piece and that piece, get them painted and installed on the doors, and then we'll get these bad boys hung. All right, so the cross pieces are all cut and fit in. I'm just gonna mark off for where I'm gonna put in some pocket screws using the Kreg jig. All right, so I just took a few minutes and sort of put some blocking in the doorway where the door is going to push up against, just for now, so that when I set it by myself, the door doesn't fall inside. And what I'm hoping is that maybe I can just use a clamp to hold it on the bottom and hold it on the top. And then that way it'll give me time to space out the hinges and kind of get lined up, pre-drill everything, all that good stuff. But just a little bit of blocking. And now I'm just waiting to put the second coat on the cross bracing. We'll get it installed on the doors, and then we'll get the doors hung. Hopefully they fit. All right, let's get these doors hung. All right, one door down, one to go. Let's rock and roll. All right, so that's both doors up. Everything swings, closes, looks good. I have a feeling they're gonna settle just a little bit, but hopefully I kind of gave it a little love in order to do that. I think I'm just gonna sort of finish up right here. I might touch up a little bit of paint on the front since my fingerprints got everywhere. And then I'm gonna try and put the real blocking that's gonna go at the top and the bottom so that basically I can make this door sort of stationary. It'll just kind of have a lock on the bottom and maybe a lock.